Congress pass, between this letter being issued to Mr. Bosco and the production and distribution of 10 to 40 million of these braces and the implementation of your rule, did Congress pass a law? What changed?
Congress did not pass a law, but something did change. What changed is that that item that was submitted was not produced and was not the item that was marketed. And Mr. Bosco, I think, before this committee said that people were using stabilizing braces in ways that he hadn't anticipated.
Okay, let me challenge that assertion. So you say that the brace changed, and so you had to implement this rule. Well, I've got here the actual original brace that this letter was responsive to. Are you telling me that this brace is exempt from your rule?
What I'm saying is that if people have products that are not
designed... Is this brace exempt from your rule?
I can't sit here and classify.
This is the brace you wrote the letter to.
Classification, and if it's not ruled to be attached as a short-barreled rifle, it will not be subject to the rule.
Would you please quit telling this committee that the brace has changed and that's why you did the rule, when in fact you're not exempting the same brace that you gave this letter to?
If the brace is submitted, we'll classify it.
Do you still have the same agreement that this brace that the ATF agreed to in 2012 should not be under the jurisdiction of your rule?
If that brace is submitted with a firearm, we will examine and classify it. If it doesn't qualify...
Reclaiming my time, because it's pretty obvious you're misleading people here when you say that the brace has changed, because your rule affects the braces that didn't change.
The NRA files a lawsuit against the arm brace rule from the ATF. But why now? Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my channel, like my content, and what I do here, you can support me with the link in the description box. Everything is appreciated. And let's talk about this. Now, this just literally happened July 3rd of this year. And the NRA jumped into the fray on the arm brace rule by filing a lawsuit against the ATF over this, specifically the arm brace or the pistol brace rule. Of course, my question is, why now? We've several lawsuits, Mock versus Garland being one of the big ones. Why? The timing is I just found interesting, but I'm going to read about it here. So NRA slaps Biden administration with lawsuit over unlawful pistol brace rule. ATF's pistol brace rule has been in the crosshairs of Republicans' gun right group since January. Right, since January. Why did they wait until now? But the National Rifle Association of America slapped the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, Explosives with a lawsuit over a rule that regulates stabilizing braces for pistols. We know all this. In a lawsuit filed Monday, the NRA aims to expose the failings of the new rule, which subjects law-abiding gun owners to penalties, fines, and potential prison sentences for the use of an otherwise legal plastic apparatus on some firearms. If you remember, when they first came out, the ATF said we're all good, no problems. Biden gets into office, ATF becomes weaponized. Now they have a problem with them. But quote, the NRA has ramped up its offense on this arbitrary and unconstitutional rule. NRA Executive Vice President and CEO Wayne LaPierre said, we are confident in our ability to confront the ATF and the Department of Justice to preserve freedom for NRA members. The NRA previously submitted comments in opposition to the rule, filed a motion to intervene in another legal action, and supported a lawsuit by several states' attorneys general filed in North Dakota. Pistol braces are accessories that can be attached to the rear of a gun to make it easier to aim and fire with one hand. The accessories are often used by disabled veterans. The ATF rule categorizes pistols with braces as short-barreled rifles, which require a federal license to own, and that classification short-barreled rifle is in complete opposition to the ATF's own definition of what a rifle is. But NRA argues in its complaint that the rule is unconstitutional as the ATF reverses its long-standing position that pistol braces do not transform pistols into rifles subject to onerous registration and taxation requirements under the National Firearms Act. The NRA is asking the district court in Texas for a preliminary and ultimately permanent injunctive relief restraining ATF from enforcing the rule against law-abiding NRA members. ATF Director Steve Dettelbach and U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland are also named defendants in the lawsuit. Okay. And we know this part here. I don't need to get into into the nonsense here, and basically, according to the plain, many NRA members are being irreparably harmed by the final rule because they are forced to modify their firearms, destroy them, register them, or surrender them to local federal government under the threat of criminal prosecution. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and come out of that. Now, one interesting part is that they filed this directly against the ATF. Mark versus Garland, the injunction filed by the judge only applies to the plaintiffs in that specific case and members of that specific group. This one seems to be heading in the same direction where they're talking about NRA members. We're gonna have to read the actual filing to see if they're talking about anyone who owns an arm brace or just NRA members who own an arm brace, which is gonna put us in a position of, well, the general public is gonna be kind of left out in the cold. Mark versus Garland did that for us, and this lawsuit may do the exact same thing. But it is basically on a federal level immediately. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. But once again, I question the timing. Why now? This ruling was known about last year. Why wait till now to do this? Specifically with the NRA, when other Firearm Policy Coalition filed their lawsuit months ago. But once again, we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. I want to see if I can find the actual filing and read it to see exactly who they are fighting for. Is it specifically the NRA members, or is it for everybody who owns an arm brace? But we'll see. Let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.